Hello, and welcome to another Tall Ship Tuesday. My name is Caroline, and because March is International Women's Month, we'd like to take the time to honor Esther Hasson, the first superintendent of the Navy Nurse Corps. Born in Baltimore, Maryland in September of 1867, Esther Hasson graduated from Connecticut Training School for Nurses in 1897. Just 1 year later, she became a contract nurse for the U.S. Army in the Spanish-American War. She was then on the maiden voyage of the hospital ship Relief to the Philippines. Esther Hasson left the Army in 1901, then went on to work as a nurse in Panama until a new opportunity presented itself. Due to the Army Nurse Corps being formed in 1901, the Navy's Bureau of Medicine and Surgery campaigned for the Navy to create a similar organization. In 1908, Congress authorized the creation of the Navy Nurse Corps. Esther Hasson was the first superintendent, taking the oath of office on August 18, 1908. Under her leadership, 19 additional women were trained, selected from 33 candidates. The initial group, the first women to formally serve for the United States Navy, were known as the Sacred 20. After training at the U.S. Naval Hospital in Washington, D.C., they were at first assigned to hospitals in Washington, D.C., New York City, Norfolk, and Annapolis. They later expanded their service to include such far-off locales such as Guam, Samoa, and the Philippines. There they treated disease, trained more field nurses, and educated nurses abroad. Despite how far they traveled, the Navy did not provide room or board. These determined women paid their own way. By 1910, this was causing a lack of qualified applicants, so Esther Hasson fought to increase their pay. She ended up boosting their salary from $40 a month to $50 a month, or $60 a month if they were serving on board a ship. By the time Esther Hasson resigned as superintendent in 1911, the Navy Nurse Corps had grown to 85 members. 6 years after resigning, Esther Hasson became a U.S. Army Reserves nurse. During the First World War, she served in Europe, becoming chief nurse of 2 Army base hospitals. During her time there, she loses one arm. After failing to sew it back on, she continues performing surgeries one-handed. On June 21, 1919, she leaves active service. In 1942, after taking a swim in a local river, Esther was struck and killed by a trolley in Washington, D.C. Her remains were interred in Arlington National Cemetery. Because of her service with both branches, 3 Army and 3 Navy nurses served as pallbearers. Thank you all for joining Tall Ship Providence on this Tall Ship Tuesday. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another. You can join us here each Tuesday to learn something about history, seamanship, tall ships, and more. Until then, see you next week for another Tall Ship Tuesday. Bye!